Hi Sean, I've just seen your interview with the Scoria cameras,
Yeah.
and you've saved the best for me, haven't you?
Of course, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
for the
Of
cameras on
course.
YouTube channel. Okay, I want to start with the team selection.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting to see that you played Darren Bach up front today and BC as a number 10. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I just felt in there, it's nothing against the pair of them because, first and foremost, they were both terrific and they both ran significant miles tonight. I just felt, whether we go breezy, whether we go Daz, they could do the damage in behind, and running behind. It's quite bold of Connors Key to go with the three in Danny Holmes, John Disney, I think Lawrence Wilson as well. I think Declan Poole was in it right back to at stages, but they're good players. They're fantastic players, and they've got that bravery. They've got that confidence to sort of deal with it. But I just felt within that position we just had a little bit of physicality for us. Obviously they're both blessed with pace, so on the breakaway, it's how our goal happened up at Connors Key. But yeah, no, just a little change in there. The shift that the pair of them put in was fantastic, and Rye Williams to left back. I think I played him in every position bar goalkeeper, but he's a great player to work with. He's unbelievable to work with. He gets his head down. Nothing is ever a problem for him. Thought Reese coming back in didn't look out of place at all. Gaz Eards is getting there. He's very, very tight and very sore after tonight, but you are going to be when you face a barrage sometimes, especially against Andy Owens and Michael Wilde. Joe Williams excellent, and Alex Ramsey behind them as well. They were nice and solid. Crowell's in a more familiar position with Ross Stevens in behind him, and then a usual sort of look really. So yeah, just a little tweak in there. It's paid dividends. We've kept a clean sheet. It's another point off Connors Key, and when I look back, 4 points off Connors Key, I don't think many teams are going to do that this year because they're a terrific outfit. They're really, really good. They can play off the two big front men up top. They can play in and around. They had the lion's share of the ball tonight. It was always going to happen, but you have to be organised. You've got to do the ugly things. First, second, third balls, and yeah, again, we've stood up and we've defended our box really well.
What was the message before the match, Sean? The tactics, if you want. Was it just to keep things tight? Because I know after last week's match, I know you were disappointed with the second half, and you did ask for a reaction. Was part of that reaction that you wanted just that extra effort, maybe? Close down?
Yeah, it's a fair point, Paul. My players last week, I've watched the game back, and over the 90 minutes, Newtown deserved the victory first and foremost, but I'm looking at games where maybe like we've played the Kevin Druids here and Llanellis and gone away to Cardiff Met and just been that little bit braver without the ball. Snappier in the challenge, getting closer to people, and I just felt in the second half against Newtown last week we weren't for some unknown reason. Now when you've got good players like Luke Bamford, like Nick Rushton, like Alex Fletcher, if you don't get close to them players, they'll punish you, and that's exactly what they did. The goals were avoidable. We can avoid we can avoid the goals, but tonight you can react in different ways. You can go out and beat a team 5-0. It wasn't going to be the case tonight, absolutely not. We reacted tonight by being brave, defending our box, being ugly, being bold, and just doing the ugly things like throughout the 90 minutes or 93, 94, whatever it was. So, credit to my lads. A clean sheet against Connors Key is very rare for any team or any opposition going against them, and we've managed to get 2 against them this year. And with that, you need a lot of things in your armoury, but being brave and being ugly in certain things, those are 2 of the pivotal ones, and I thought we've done that. We've had that in abundance.
Coming into the ground tonight, Sean, I was thinking, we're without Nathan, we're without Danny Brookwell, but then you're bringing in players like Sean Bradley. It does show that you've got strength in depth, doesn't it? And Sean tonight was excellent in Danny's position.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We want Brad's as high at the pitch as we can. In training, he can sometimes be devastating. Obviously, the friendly that we played at Bournemouth, that got a little bit of Twitter coverage. Everyone knows what he can do. Now, with all due respect to Bournemouth, you're going to play teams of a higher level, and especially in Connors Key, you've got to do more defending than you do attacking. So Brad's on that side of his game. He will improve, but he's got to take a look. Sometimes he won't get the freedom in which he did last year at Port. You know, there have been games this year where he's been excellent. He's been absolutely devastating. But Brad's, like you said, has filled in there for Danny Brookwell, where Danny Brookwell will just hurt defenders and opposition teams with blistering pace. Brad's is very good, a good low centre of gravity, and he can get shots away if he cuts in on his right foot. You know, the likes of Ross Stevens have come in, bags of experience in there. And you know, we've still got lads waiting in the wings. Kai now will come back to full fitness. Benji, Kev Roberts, and we're going to need them. You know, we had some bad news as far as Danny Brookwell and Clive goes. We're looking at December with both of them. But like you said, we've got strength in depth. I believe in the players. I believe in the players that are going out, the 11 that are going on there, and the boys that I can turn to on the bench. I believe it. My management believe in it. But more importantly, the players believe in themselves as well. And it's my job as a manager to make sure I instill that belief. And we're going to need that massively next week. Tough place to go, Carmarthen. But we go again, and hopefully we can get 3 points down there.
Okay, this is a double barrel question now.
Go on.
First one, what's the sending off? Sending off. The second one, did the sending off, was that an advantage or not?
Your first one, listen, I don't think their lad should react the way he did. I think you're asking for trouble, to be fair. Is it a harsh yellow? Possibly, but there was no real complaints from the sideline. You know, our lads obviously, you know, certainly weren't happy with it. However, when they went down to 10, I'm not saying we did panic, but we just seemed to drop a little bit deeper for some reason. You know, maybe because it was so close to the end of the game, we maybe wanted to protect our clean sheet. They've nearly nicked one at the end there with Michael Wilde when it's dropped to him. And Callum Morris, I think, has had the 2 best chances, but credit to Rambo, the 2 really, really good saves. So yeah, it's one of them. You know, at that stage, you know, with Brad's pulling up, you know, I played Ross in a 10. You know, he's just over your shoulder there. Like, to be fair, his legs are probably gone like in a 10. To be fair, he won't mind me saying that. But he's but Ross is 2 minutes ahead. You know, in the centre of the pitch anyway. You know, he, a player that is again a credit to work with, and you know, he's slightly out of position. However, he's done his bit for the team. You know, in going up one. You know, I couldn't necessarily put Kev Roberts in there. Kev's strengths are winning second balls, and like I said, doing the ugly things in there. So, you know, next to Crowds, not saying that Ross can't do it, but we like to get Ross on the ball because Ross can play. Benji then, I feel a bit sorry on Benj, to be fair, because he's desperate for his chance up top, but it's the second game where I've had to drop him back one. He's honest, you know, and in training he's hitting the net every single week. But we'll monitor players this week, and I know, like, you know, like I've said, that I touched on previous, I can look over my shoulder, and I've got players that I can rely on and play down at Carmarthen. So we'll have a look this week, and we'll go again next week down south.
And final question, yr un dwytha, fel yr arfer, marciach yn y 10 am y perfformiad, Sean.
Dwi'n meddwl bod y boys yn gweithio'n galad am yr 90 munud or 93 munud. So, go back to English now, sorry, but for the work rate, mae'n gweithio'n yn galad. So, 8 ni nawr am yr, for the work rate, sorry.
Yeah.
But no, you've got to roll your sleeves up, and we've touched on it in the pre-match meeting. I like to give the lads as much information as I can, but you don't need much against TNS, against Connorskey. You know exactly what you have to do against them both. So credit to my boys. It's another point on the board, another clean sheet. We'll dust ourselves down, there's some sore bodies, and we'll go again next week down south against Carmarthen.
Gret, diolch yn fawr chdi, Sean.
Diolch, dim problem.
Thank you.